Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at DOT. Before we jump into the price action, I just want to say thank you for watching. If you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Okay, so let's get into this. Now we need to talk about a few things within this. I want to talk about some macro stuff before we jump into the subwave counting here. Um, we were talking about a few things within the structures. We were looking at the possibility from the top here that this could be a WXYXZ, looking to target out these lower ranges of this $2.80 region. And that would be possible still looking at this potentially as a B wave. So we were looking for this potential rejection zone here of this 856 to this 639. So we need to just be cautious within this move. We are looking for that possibility that this becomes an A B, and a C wave to the upside. However, I'm actually just going to turn off that for now. Basically we're looking for that potential. However, we need to just be aware that, we could also argue something like this where where we've had this move rather as an A B, and a C. Now, I don't like the fact that the C wave is so short here in time duration compared to the A wave, but it is still a possibility. These things can happen, especially in a B wave. They're designed to trick you and sort of fake it out into looking like it's something that it is not. So, if this is the case, we need to be aware that this could actually be a local high for this B wave, and potentially we could actually be starting this move down towards this 3446. Or alternatively, that 1-to-1 of the Z wave is this $2.80 region. So that is the one possibility. For as long as we hold this key support zone that we have here at this $5.48 to this $4.73. Potentially, we still have that possibility, looking for that as an A B, and a C to the upside. This would still fit into this potential narrative here of looking for this as a B wave, effectively looking for a C wave to the upside, still to come as an A B, and a C, which could then look to actually target up a bit higher here in this range, depending on how deep we exactly come here. So this is the one possibility that we were looking for. The alternative that we were also keeping an eye on is the fact that we could have something here like a triangle playing out. And for the most part, this is viable. Looking for this as a connecting wave here. If this becomes an a B, potentially we're looking for a C wave that's not completed. And that would be still viable for as long as we stay below the 69680 and above this region of this 4224. If we do continue to hold this region and push up in another single 5 wave structure here, potentially this could then look to complete this C wave, or alternatively that could be a B wave, and then we look to break down like we talked about previously. So this is a possibility where we could look for 3 wave structure to develop like this. We move up in a C wave, come back down in a D wave, get that E wave, and then look to break down from that point. So this would give us quite a long period of sideways motion if it does play out. And like I said, invalidation would be moving above this 970 or below this 4224 region. So that we'd have to just keep an eye on this as well. I mean, this would take some time to play out. So, we're not going to have any confirmation of this anytime soon unless we just blast above or below this A wave or this B wave. Sorry. Um, the other alternative, which is still viable, but it's not really my third count here, would be looking at this move rather as a 1-2-1-2 from the top end here, where actually we've got a fourth wave here as a flat. The only quarrel I have with this is this fourth wave is quite large in comparison, so that's why I'm looking at it rather at there's the potential that this is a WXYX and a Z. But I will still be monitoring this. If we do start to get 5 wave move to the downside, something like this, which does play out, and then we only get a 3 wave move up, then this option becomes a lot more viable, and potentially then we could be looking for an additional fourth wave and a fifth wave down, which would look to push us much deeper. If this is playing out, basically this fifth wave target range would be this $3.46 to this $2.52. So we'd have to keep an eye on this. It doesn't have a good structure to potentially count this currently. I'd want to see this become like a 1, 2, and then look for a 3, 4, 5 to push us down into this into this target area. Okay, so now let's get into the subwave counting. So the way we were looking at this move basically was looking at it as an A, a B, and looking for that potential C wave to the upside. I'm going to come down into the 4-hourly here, and basically we'll come down into the 0.618 area. I'm going to actually turn off that bullish card and look at just this flat. So we were talking about this potential of coming down to this 0.618 of the A wave, looking at this as an A, a B, and then a C wave to the downside. So we have actually come down to that area, and basically what we could be looking for is an additional. So if we do extend deeper here, potentially this 2618 of A, which sits at this $4.77 region, could be quite an interesting one if we do have continuation. Yeah, so we're going to go over the internal count of the C wave in a second here. But like I said, we need to be aware that this could rather start from this point, and this was all a corrective move into this high. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that fact. If we did have to move directly to the upside from here, we need to be cautious in this zone of this 720 to the 637 region, because we could be then set up for an a B, and then another push to the downside for a C, or alternatively, this becomes a 1, 2, and then we get a bigger 5-wave structure down. So we need to be aware that even though we are looking for that potential to the upside, we need to be aware of these key rejection zones. So this would be if we just had a direct move to the upside here in a 3-wave structure. Watch out for this zone. That could then set us up for continuation to the downside here. Though this direct sell-off here is not really showing any signs of slowing down yet, so we need to be aware that the C wave over here could still be in play. Okay, so we're going to come into the smaller time frames now and go over this. So there's two ways that I'm looking at this move, and I want to just come down here into the hourly actually. The way we were looking at it was potentially from the top end of this move that we had a series of ones and twos, where this becomes a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then from here I've counted this as a 3, 4, and a 5 into this low point. So this would make this whole move here basically the third wave. So this would be your third wave down, fourth wave, and then we're getting what seems to be a little bit of extension within the fifth wave. So there's two ways of counting this. I'm going to go over the alternative way here. We also need to be careful because this is an extension. Sometimes what happens is we do get, we could be counting it like this, and then actually what we have here is this is a 1 and a 2 as well. And then basically, it's extending out. So it's hard to actually do this in real time because of the fact that we don't know which of the waves are extending out in real time until we actually get the corrective structure to the upside to sort of match it against. So this is the one way I'm looking at it, and basically what I'm looking out for here within the last part of this move is that basically we've got this is a 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4 and a 5. So we met that requirement here. And what I'm keeping an eye out here is for whether we face additional rejection here in this zone of this 544 to this 534 region. If we're looking at this within this count, I'd be looking at this as a flat, so I'd be expecting a zigzag. So generally speaking, if we're going to get a zigzag, we're going to hit potentially this 382 to this 50%. So we'll have to keep an eye on it, though. When we are getting extensions, sometimes these things might not reach those higher targets, so we'll just have to keep an eye on it. But basically, I'd want to see something a bit more substantial here, and we wouldn't really want to move back above this $5.56. So we move back above 550. Move back above 574. That's a zone we don't want to move up again past. If we do move back up past this, it would invalidate this fifth wave here. So keep an eye on that if we do start to push to the upside. Like I said, we've come down into that 618 to that golden pocket, that 618 to that 65 region. So we could actually look to sort of reverse here, but we don't have any enough information to say that's playing out. And really, until we actually start breaking above some of these key areas, like these wave 2 highs within the subwaves here, and this wave 4 high here towards the $6, we can still continue to see that rejection to that downside. So this is what I'm looking at in the immediate short term here. This is the same for both of the options. And basically, what we're looking at is that possibility that we got an additional fourth and a fifth in here. Obviously, these can extend out, but if it just happens as a fourth and a fifth, we could potentially look to complete towards this zone here of this 510 to this $5 region. This $5 might be an important psychological level as well. And it's sort of the bottom of this range of support that we have over here. So keep an eye on that level. Okay, so the other way that I'm looking at this currently is that within this structure, that basically we could have had a extension rather in the sorry, where is it there? Rather looking at this, so within this structure, the way I'm looking at this move is slightly different. I'm counting this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 as a diagonal within here. Sorry, it's actually lower down there as a 5. And then this is a wave 2. Then an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 1 here. And then basically we have this 2 here. And then all of this becomes a wave 3 to the dark side. So like I said, we do still have on the other account, we still have that possibility of having that smaller fourth wave in here, and then we play out one more time. If we do move down towards that zone of that $5 region, what I'll be then looking out for is that potential for another three-wave move to the upside. If that three-wave move to the upside falls within this range here of this 5782 to this 539, potentially we could look for continuation to the downside again. And for as long as we stay within this channel, we have to respect the fact that price has been rejected off the top end of this channel every time it's moved up into it. So until it doesn't, we need to just anticipate that it will do. Obviously, the more times that it gets tested, the less likely, or the more likely it is that it's going to break. But really, we need to just keep that in mind if we do move up higher into these ranges. So the key difference here is that this count has additional fourths and fifths to the downside, which could look to push us down towards this 4697 to this 4572. And now that would be quite an interesting area because they would be potentially looking towards this 2.618 of that A wave as well, and that 786 region, which is this 473 region down the bottom here. If we start to lose this range, this 473, it becomes less likely that we have that structure that we're looking for as a potential 1, 2, 3, or alternatively that A, B, C. Though invalidation only really comes by pushing down past that $4.22 range. If we push past that 422, then that will look to basically invalidate any kind of a bullish potential we have off of this move to the upside. So that's what I'm currently looking for. Basically, we need to see there is a couple of options within these extensions, but really until we actually start taking out some of these highs, we need to just be aware that these moves can continue. This could be in the middle of a structure here that hasn't even fully formed, and we could start to see things like this play out where we get a 1-2 and then it starts to break down even deeper. We don't have confirmation of any of these highs even being challenged as of yet. We're still within that sloping channel that we talked about, and really until we start to see some structure coming up here that sort of challenges these areas, or at least something in a 5-wave move, um, and then looking for it retracement down, then we can look for that bullish potential to the upside. But until it does, what I would be looking for instance, if we were arguing that potentially we had completed here, I'd want to see I'd want to see something like this play out where we form this as a 1, 2, potentially come up here 4, 5, or rather something like this actually, where we get a third wave that breaks through here, we get a fourth and a fifth to the upside, potentially take out some of these zones, then look for that retracement to come back down, finding support above this channel line, and then looking for that continuation out of this area. But like I said, really until we take some of these swings, there really isn't anything to get excited about to the upside, and we could actually just look to continue to reject off of these swings and then break down again for these additional fourth and fifth waves that we're talking about. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below, and also in the description you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out, it's free to join. As well as that, there are affiliate links in there that are for PrimeXBT and BYBIT, both great exchanges that we use on a regular basis. Check them out for yourselves. If you don't have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care out there.